All right, if y'all don't know by now why I'm here, we are here for another episode of the Down to Business podcast here with Tamar Turner. And today I sat down with my boy QB, rapper out of Dayton, Ohio. And he hasn't even been a year yet into his rap career and has already been able to achieve so much, including starting a family, including dropping a tape, and he has another one coming. So we obviously discussed all of that and a lot more. So without further ado, please enjoy and tune into episode 74, The Wizard of Wordplay. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Down to Business podcast here with Tamar Turner. And man, timing is really crazy. God's timing is definitely always right on time. I was actually just in before I start a lot of the episodes, I sometimes think about, how I'm just gonna introduce the person, what will I recollect or what will I recall? But obviously it's unique to the person. So it kind of depends on, how we knew each other and different things like that. But something I was thinking about was that literally as we are recording this episode today, it's been almost pretty much a year to date since I met Q and since the guy who I'm sitting down with today, and it was just crazy to think about how we met almost a year ago today under the same circumstances, so like a Halloween weekend type thing. And one of my boys, Brandon, who I went to grad school with, he basically brought them down, had a good time, had a good weekend. But now how we're not together physically, but able to connect virtually a year later, and really just it's going to make more sense once he talk about how we were able to manifest what we here to talk about today, and how he actually mentioned it to me when we were down there, and how I was telling him about the podcast and how I said, once we get everything up and running, once you get everything good on your side, we're gonna make it happen. So I'm definitely excited. Obviously we made it happen. We both here. I'm sitting down
Yeah,
with him today, so I'm excited for it. So Q, how you doing today, bro?
man, I'm doing good, bro. Blessed and highly favored
I
for real.
love that.
I really can't complain, bro. So everything good. Like shit, the bills paid, kids straight. You know what I mean? Old lady good. So
Right. Blessings on blessings
I
on
can't.
blessings. I love that. So man, for the people tapping in from your side, for the people tapping in from my side, for the people who may even be first timers, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and then what brings you on the podcast today?
For sure. So I'm Q. I go by QB. Um, I'm a rapper out of Dayton. Just a straight up artist. And I just started my rapping journey last year, November. It was around November 25th, somewhere around there. You feel me? Where I dropped my first song, "Keep Fighting," and after that, dropped multiple songs, "Phases of Life," "Two Americas." Um, really just starting to get music out there, and then from that, later on, I had dropped my tape, just the beginning, and so that kind of just went crazy, and it's still doing pretty good. And right now, I'm working on my next tape, from start to finish. So you feel me? I'm just a youngin out of Dayton, Ohio, bro. Really just trying to make a name for myself and just build a legacy. Like been my whole thing. I've been listening to music and just listen to music for a while, bro. Ever since I could remember, just being around my older cousins, just older people in general. In general, you feel me? Where I was always around that element, so I just got inspired by them and the people that was older than me. So
That's what's up. So really not even a year into the journey and already done so much, already have more even forthcoming, but really just, I feel like you kind of just walked us through this. You gave us a snippet of it, but I feel like, yeah, you really just from the time I met you up until now, really just gave us a little bit of everything. And it's amazing to see, bro.
for sure,
Yeah,
bro.
so it's just like it's really amazing to see that, amazing to hear that, especially like I said, because what we talked about when we were at Top Golf, and then later on when we met up at the Airbnb, it was just like, damn, like I can't wait, for him to really get this off the ground, and then to be able to follow you down there, but then to be able to see you on social media, see you dropping the song, see you dropping the tape, see you getting the feedback, and then just think about that
Right.
connection that we had all through Brandon. It's crazy, bro. So I don't really know too much about the musical history within Ohio, more specifically even Dayton. So can you just tell me where a little bit of your influence for really wanting to hop into this, into this lane, into this game a year ago, where did it really come from?
For honestly, just to speak on Dayton's behalf, like far as like musically, like
Mhm.
Dayton came up with the funk sound. You know what I mean? So like your Parliament, your Heat Wave, just different groups. Shirley Murdoch. It's just like certain people that came from around the area that really pushed that shit strong. So a lot of what you hear from like even like the West Coast is major influences from Dayton. You know what I mean? Lakeside, that's another group that you know that. older people rock with, far as like our grandparents and shit like that. So a lot of like people around my age, you know what I mean, really don't know like the history of Dayton. But shit, like if you go to other places, man, motherfuckers will put you on and tell you about Dayton. So yeah. But far as like with me and my journey and my musical journey or whatever, my biggest inspiration was my cousin Jovan. Um, See, he was like he always been like my goat. You know what I'm saying? He taught me like how to count my bars. He taught me how to even like go back and just like rewind my shit, like far as like get the right rhyme in that sequence or how to add an extra, you know what I mean, punchline or whatever the case may be. But he just taught me everything I know in it. But from him, he listened to a lot of like down south rappers like Ludacris, Wayne, Hot Boys, Master P, you know what I mean, No Limit, every like from the south type shit. And then
Yeah.
also New York rappers like Jay-Z and you know what I mean, Raekwon, Wu Tang, you feel me? So just different influences. And then one of his other favorite rappers was Eminem. So I got a different ear for a little bit of everything just from him. But you know what I think about it, like Lil Wayne was my favorite, is my favorite rapper and shit. So, um, but I wouldn't have had that. I feel like I wouldn't have had that influence if it wasn't for Jovan. So that's why I give him all the credit that that I'm showing. But shit, for real, honestly, that's where it come from. Like I remember one time when I was younger, this motherfucker he made a rap like where he spelled everything out. I'm talking about even like still with similes, metaphors, all that shit, but he spelled literally everything. And you feel me? Like from then, that's when I was kind of like, damn, I want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I did. Um, I'm gonna be honest though, like rap hasn't always been a part of my path. Like it was for a point in time, like when I was in high school, like me and my nigga Blairski, we used to shit just make songs and then we'll go over Joe's house and fucking the whole weekend, my nigga, like we making songs and shit. And so like them was like the times. But during that time, like shit, I had to fuck around and focus on school. You know what I mean? Like really like put my dreams to the side for a moment and focus on what I had to focus on in order to get to the levels I had to get to. So I stopped for a while, man, and then like now I'm just back picking it back up, and you feel me? I'm grown now. You feel me? Like now I got the finances to do whatever, whatever. You know what I mean? And if I don't, I got the grind. You feel me? The will to go get X, Y, and Z, so I can get to where I want to be. So, man, honestly, it's just been a process, bro.
That's what it sounds like, bro. But it's crazy. One you taught me about. I'm gonna definitely have to do some more research and look into. I had no idea about the funk, that actual sound, and where that came from in its origin.
Oh
So no,
yeah,
I definitely appreciate that game. But it sounds like too, and just hearing all the influence that your cousin had from the north and from the south, it's a lot of wordplay in there. So I'm hearing even the people that you named, and even just
yeah.
where you were getting from, even your favorite artist, wordplay. It's on point like that. I was just
This shit crazy, bro. He's like literally insane, bro.
yep,
Like you were fucking around listening to a tape that where we was in middle school type shit, and you were fucking around like, damn, I ain't never caught that nigga. I done heard this song a million times.
right.
So yeah, Wayne wild, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy how stuff. I talk about that a lot with my boys because I'm big on music too, just listening to everything. But it's crazy when those throwbacks come on. It's like, yo, we could rap these things word for word now. And in the moment when we had it on the iPods or the CD players or whatever, like we wasn't really appreciating what this man was saying. But now that we older, now that we really know about, we done been through the English classes and just listen to all the you like.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was coming
King,
like that. He was saying they put that together like that, and we was and say, yeah, it makes
exactly,
you appreciate, and the fact that they still doing it to this day, it makes it
for sure.
you appreciate it that much more. So you brought up a couple of things that I'm very interested to dive into. So you thought about, I mean, you brought about the point of having to put your dreams and having to put your passion in a sense to the side because you recognize that you just had to get right. You had to put focus on other things, but now
Right,
that you're able to be in a better position, now that you're able to really, hone in on different things, or you got more stability in your life, you're able to pick it back up. And then if you're not, like you
right.
said, then you go grind for it and go get it. So what is that feeling like? Just having having something that that you'll always be working towards something else, or what is that feeling of? basically, hey, I got to wake up today. Look, I got to be better in a sense than I was yesterday. Now, even if I get 1% better, even if I just do something more towards, I ain't got to drop a song every day. No, but if
Right.
I record today, and if I hit them up tomorrow, and then if I get back in the studio, and then if I listen to it again, and if I bring somebody else in, as long as I'm working towards it, I can get right. So, what is that? Is it a sense almost like a pressure that you feel like you have to just always, just continue that grind, or do you feel like once you love something, the grind is just something that comes with it? You appreciate it, you love to do
Uh, Honestly, bro, like if you would have asked me that question like a few months ago, I probably would have told you like it's more so like the pressure, you know what I mean, just going to do that. But like now, like so, I just had a son. It's my first son, so
it.
now it's like more so it's like the love and like what am I actually trying to do? You know what I mean? Like what's my purpose in this, and how far do I think I could take this shit, or how far do I want to take this shit? It's like a lot of questions that I ask myself, but honestly, it's just a continuous grind. You know what I mean? And I had to. I had to check myself on that because when I first hopped in, I'm like, bruh, all these niggas, bruh, you feel me? Snap far as like in my city that I know of, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, damn, these niggas going hard, but it's like, damn, they could be dropping like this or dropping like that, and then I got in and it was just like, damn, bruh, it's not always like that. Like you said, some days, bruh, it's cool that you got a verse down or you finish that hook or you working on your little promo or whatever the case may be, but that's what I'm learning as far as like just being an independent. Right now, I'm doing it by myself, and I got a team with me. So Brandon, aka Beans, Blairski, Blair, Jordan, J Mun, like, and everybody got a role that they got to do, including me. But it's like they in it, but it's like this is ours, you know what I mean? But in the rap shit, it's like it's mine, it's my lane. So it's like, all right, nigga, I gotta do what I need to do in order to make sure we all straight and that we do something about it. So honestly, bro, it's been a learning process, bro. Like when I dropped Keep Fighting, like the quality wasn't shit. Like you can hear where I fucked up. You can hear this. It's so much shit that you could just hear. It's just like, damn. But it was like I knew what I was doing, but I ain't did it in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I had to relearn logic and figure out this and that and YouTube videos and shit like that. And even getting information for other rappers in the city. Like my nigga Ooze, he a rapper and a producer. Luck the artist, you know what I mean? He doing his thing and shit. But Luck really helped me out as far as like the quality and the sound, and he showed me like how to set up my distro kit and shit like that. Like he kind of like just gave me the ropes, and I appreciate that shit for real when I look back on it, cause like he could have been like on some hating shit or knew the answer, but then you feel me, want to give it to a nigga type shit. So, and I feel like a lot of times, just as people like in our community, like we tend to hold each other back because you see somebody else following them in their greatness. But it's like, just imagine if, if I help you out, or you feel me, if I use let sat down and let you use my shoulders for you to step up to get to where you want to go, and you reach your hand back down to me and lift me up, and we all on, you feel me, the same path but a different journey, man, nigga, that's blessings right there. So I'm just grateful for Luck. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that shit was known because, like I said, I ain't do that shit all by myself. I'm grateful for Beans, Blairski, because they keep a nigga encouraged. And you feel me? When I hit them up, like, hey, I need you to listen to this, like, get your feedback, whatever, whatever. It's like they always down. So,
Yeah,
and shout out to my nigga TSY Dirt. You feel me? That's another artist of mine that I got on the label, but it's a nigga that we got cool through school, you know what I'm saying? So, and he got his own shit that he got going on too. So for honestly, I'm just trying to get this team and build it up. And now that I'm in it, I realize it's not about to be a motherfucking house in a day. Like Nip said, you take some shit brick by brick, and eventually you'll have a brick wall. So
yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
Rome wasn't built in a day, but it's one. It's just it's warming to hear that, when somebody can pay homage to other people, when somebody can recognize that, I didn't get here by myself. I recognize my skill level, and I recognize the talent that I do have, and I recognize what I'm going to give you. But I recognize that when I first dropped Keep Fighting, like I said, it didn't sound like I'm sounding today. And it's not coming with that same, it took that time, it took that effort, it took that learning, it took that trial, that tribulation, it took that going through that process, like you said, a learning experience. But
So
it's even more it's even more eye opening when you have people around you. Like you said, sometimes we are our own crutch. Like we hold each other back from information. We forget. I feel like sometimes certain people or certain businesses or brands, they make it so far, but they forget really where they started, or they forget how they got
exactly.
on, or what it took to get to that position, or what it's still going to take to be better. Because even if you make it to being a household name or one of these brands that we know about or that we shop at, you still have to get better. There's still everything is not going to be perfect, because there's still stories coming out about those people, how some of these brands are under fire or getting sued or getting foreclosed on or different things like that. So you always have
Like,
to want to be better. But the fact that you don't want to make people better under you, you'll never eat, because it's just like, you got to understand, in order for you to still maintain in that position or have people look up to you or have people want to work with you and things like that, you got to reach out to these people. You got to actually want to work with these people. You got to show
exactly.
genuine, authenticity. But the fact that people sometimes get up on a high horse and just forget that they was at one point, in
For real.
DMs or send out the mixtapes or asking people to promote this or can you listen to that,
For
it's
real.
sickening sometimes. But it's even more beautiful when you can have people inside and outside your respective craft. So it's one thing, to have the people like you said, the Dirks and a couple of the other rappers that you named. I'm not even going to run it back, but like you said, the people who around you who helped you get that sound right, who helped
Right.
you really sat you down and was like, "Yo, Q, this is what you got to do. This is what you need." But it's even more helpful. It's even more, motivating when you got people like the Blairs, like you said, the Brandons, the Jordans, like those people who you're outsiders who gonna give you that real, also from a audience perspective, and from a helping you to get better and propel. So that's just beautiful, man. And it's only really gonna speak to your success and the work that you're already doing and what's to come. So just thinking about, how you're not even a full year in yet per se. What would you say that looking back on, what would you say that with what you're doing now and just the direction that you're moving in, what are you most proud of to date?
Just far as like accomplishments or like songs or like what?
It could be whatever, bro. It could be music related. It could be the fact that that you started a family in the midst of a
Uh,
pandemic and that you're still making it happen. It could be whatever.
yeah, honestly, bro, for real, that I mean, that's it, man. Just have my son, like that shit, man. At first, bro, I was just like on some nervous shit, bro. Like I was tweaking out, you know what I mean? Nervous, bro. Stomach going in knots. I'm trying to keep my cool, you know what I mean? But it's like I'm going through the motions, and I'm like, damn, like I'm about to have a family. It's like all this shit. Like, am I ready? Am I gonna do this? How good of a father I'm gonna be? Like all these just questions just rumbling, going through your head. But it's like when he came, bro, that shit was just all that shit was like silence. Like it went away. It was just like, damn, this is what I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to do. Um, and then it was just like straight like, man, I gotta teach them right from wrong, man. I gotta be a leader. It was just all these positive affirmations that I was saying to myself, and it made me think just like, damn. Because at first, I ain't gonna lie, I was just like, damn. I felt like I was gonna have to put my dream aside again, like to take care of my responsibilities. But it was more so like, damn, I feel like I could do this and also be a good dad and be a good father. Um, yeah, I feel like he just gave me like more motivation to keep doing what I'm doing, because I feel like eventually shit this gonna pay off, and even if it's not in this route, just like something gonna pay off in general. You know, I just been getting like different connections from doing this shit. Um, like the other day, bro, like my little cousin hit me up, and he was just like, "Man, I was playing fun in the car, and the little bitch told me she got wet," and I was just like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But it's like to me in my head, like I work 16-hour days. You feel me? I work at a school and at FedEx. And so I'm on the grind, bro. Like I don't see my son till 11. So in my head, I didn't forgot all about that motherfucking song. I didn't forgot about the tape for real. Like I'm in life mode. Like I'm in reality right now, you know. So when he said that, that shit was just like, damn, bro. It was just one of them things that brought me back down. It's like, whoa, all right, let me get back to this. But on the next tape, I got this song called Motions, and I basically I talk about as far as like everything that's going on in my life right now, you know, as far
Hmm.
as like in the family sense, like with my grandma and with my mom and my aunties, and then I also talk about my son, and you feel me, and how all this shit weighing on me. So I think that's gonna be one of them ones where you feel me, where I get myself on the track, but people, it's like one of them ones where motherfuckers gonna relate to that shit, and
Yeah.
that's how I want to be. I just want to be. I want to make sure my music is just authentic and it's authentically me, and I'm still trying to find my sound and find my groove. But that's what I want to push out. Like I want my music to have a message. Like every song I didn't drop, you feel me? I feel like I got a message to it.
I like that, and it gives you. I feel like with going into it with that mindset, with going into it with that perspective, it always gives you something to talk about. It's always something going to be going on in life. It's always something that you can shed light on. It's always something that you can pass along. I'm here 70 plus episodes in there. I'm still learning things every time that I talk to somebody, just because I don't, in a sense, you don't, it sounds like you don't structure yourself. And I think that that's good. Like you don't structure yourself to one particular, lane. And for me, it's more so coming from the perspective of I don't really like to prepare questions. Like I obviously like to research the craft of the respective person,
Mm,
know what you're doing. But for me, I feel like if I keep myself into these lines, I can miss so many other things. I could be so focused on this list that you could have said something so important, or you could have said something that I didn't even know about you. And
right,
I could have asked a follow up, and we could have got into a totally different spectrum of the interview. But for you with your music, I feel like you're not putting yourself, look, you're not saying, look, I got to come in, I got to talk about this. No, I'm gonna give you that message. That message can be about life. That message could be what happened to me, in the past. That message
right,
could be something for you, something
right.
that you may not know about. So I love that. I love that idea. So, in thinking about that perspective and thinking about that approach to music, would you say that how does most of your promotion work? Like, how does most of what you do in order to get your message out to other people? How does that work? Is this more so like a social media lane that you're in? Is this more
Yeah,
so like a word of mouth? Is this more so like a city, a Dayton type thing? And you can kind of just, you have your team do other things. What
yeah.
works best for you?
So right now, like what I do really is just focus like on heavy on social media. So I might drop something like on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and Twitter, whatever, whatever. Like, just to get it out to those people. But that's usually mostly what I've been doing, to be honest with you, and just like a little word of mouth. But it's weird though, because it's like I ain't never want to be that person like, hey, bro, I'm a rapper, nigga. Check out my music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
Right, right,
motherfuckers-
right.
people look at them niggas like, man, nigga, you mad corny. Like, but sometimes I'll be like, I look out like, shit, hey, bro, I got this song. You feel me? Check this out. If like I feel close enough to you or whatever the case may be. But I mean, that's one of the things I'm working on. Just like getting out that shell and getting that stigma out of my mind. Just like if that's how motherfuckers be, that's how motherfuckers be. Like it is what it is. Like you shouldn't let that stop you. So that's one of the things I just been working on personally, as far as like self improvement type thing. Um, and other than that, I'm just trying to find more ways to like really get out here for real. Like I work a little bit on like my videos and shit. Like I'm learning how to video edit and shit. But mostly who do my shit is Beans. You know what I mean? Ran to do all my shit for real.
Yeah,
And then my graphic designer, my brother, Boosie, shout out to So Sincere Empire, you feel me? Holla at him, you know what I'm saying? So that's mostly what I do right now. Um,
yeah,
but I am thinking about, when I get everything I want to, far as like I want to obtain and get my shit right and get my shit in order. Um, I'm gonna do like printouts and get them on CDs and shit like that, and just pass them. Go through every hood, and you feel me, and just give out a CD, and then
yeah.
charge $5. Hey, I got this shit $5, $3. Because right now I'm really not even worried about the money. I just want people to hear me. Like shit,
Right.
just hear me out. You know what I mean? Just see what I got to say. See if you can catch this game and catch this message. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing so far, bro.
Love that. I love that. And I think I love that, shift the perspective, but just because too, like, yeah, it can also be a conversation of knowing your worth and different things like that. But I also speak to the point of, when you just want people to hear you, when you're not really pressed about the money, it gives people, you put the ball in their court pretty much. I feel like when you throw things, when you come about the money at first, it's like, all right, look, you already kind of pressure me. You already putting me in a predicament. So it's just like, okay, I maybe want to support, or maybe I just want to get you out my face, or maybe I genuinely,
Right,
I'm a rapper too, so maybe I know where you coming from.
right.
But then when I listen to it, what if it's like I don't rock with it, and now it's just like you done came at me for the bread about this and
Mm-hmm.
about that, and you done pestered me for it, and now you trash in a sense. I don't even really rock with this.
Right.
But if you really come from the perspective of, look, bro, I got this for that. You can even get it for the low. Even I just want you to feel me. So I'll slide you this one just for the free. And then they rock with you, and then they look you up, and then they tell they man like, yo, I rock with him. And then they start to spend money with you. Now they start to rock with you. But not only did you get money, you got word of mouth, you got exposure. I feel like people don't really think about that. People don't really think about sometimes word of mouth is so powerful. The day and age that we live in, man,
Man, it
social
really
media is
is, bro. It's a
it's
lost
like
art, but
some
it's
people
it's it's still here, bro. Like motherfuckers don't even
right,
realize how far back that shit go. It go all the way back to the like barter systems and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like
bro.
where if you may have motherfucking cattle and you feel me, and I got motherfucking corn, shit, you need that, I need that. Wow, shit, let's you feel me, chop it up, bam,
Yeah,
bam. You feel me? You good on that end, I'm good on this end. You feel me? And we keep it pushing. But like that's how long word of mouth just been out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I do feel like that shit is it's mostly important for real. Like even in this age of technology.
facts, bro. Facts. And this, the quicker we just realize that we could, even speaking back to something we brought up earlier, we can put each other on, bro. It's so crazy how, like, if people just were more willing to work together, more willing to support, more willing to repost, retweet, share, like,
Man,
exposure, just how many collaborations we could. It's just like sometimes it just frustrates me. Like, yo, we could have been did this. We could have been made it happen. It's
mm,
just like, yeah, sometimes we take two steps, but we could be taking 10, and then we get pushed right back, and then we get back in this cycle, this crabs in a barrel, and it's just like, man, I can speak to this today. So it's crazy. So thinking about, what you've done so far with the kind of lane that you've explored, the work that you've put out, the songs that you put out, the tape that you put out. What's next? What can the people really expect, moving forward? Like you said, you do have another tape and you even spoke to the song Motions a little bit. But, is there anything even unorthodox, that you're looking to try? Any collaborations that you want to have that you've been thinking about? Any kind of lanes? I know we talked about the clothing and stuff too,
yeah.
even for the interview, but is there any lanes or anything that you want to step into, at least thinking about the end of this year and even moving forward to 2022?
Honestly, my biggest thing is get this next tape out from start to finish. I think I think it's better than the last tape. It's more feature based, so I'll be working with a lot more artists. But it's just like the same niggas I fuck with, Luck, Blairski, my nigga the Coldest. You feel me? Shout out. That's my cousin Joe. You feel me? So, and then but other artists that I do want to work with, I got Rewind Law on there. I want to work with him again. Uh, and then I want to get Flow God Skip on there. There's another rapper in the city. I want to tap in with him, and it's a few other artists like Chop, Chicken Coop. Want to get him on there. You feel me? And so and really build, bro. Um, I got my other nigga, Jamie, JBNMR. I gotta look at that shit, bro, because it's you feel me. But
Yeah.
he another artist. We got a song on there called Control, bro, and that shit go crazy. So I just can't wait till like people hear this like this new sound because it's just it's a different vibe for everybody. You know what I mean? Like I got a song on there where I'm damn near kind of like singing, like trying to. You feel me? Like it's a girl song, only if you want me to, just because I feel like I ain't really tapped into that lane for real. Like I drop fun, but that's more so. It's not for like all girls. It's more for a certain type of girl. Like a girl, ready to bust a baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
tap into something else, something different, and then also show people that like I'm versatile. Like I'm just not one way. You gonna get a different. You're gonna get different sides of me. You're gonna get different sounds out of me. Different beats, different messages. Sometimes I'm gonna talk my shit. Other times I'm gonna talk about what's real. and what niggas need to wake up to. You know what I mean? So it all just depends. But as far as like other ventures, my next thing is really to get this clothing line jumping off. GSM. So GSM is stand for Gain, Sustain, Maintain, and it's that's the label that I got also. But it's like an umbrella full of shit. You know what I'm saying? So to get GSM clothing jumping off, I think that's gonna go dumb because it's gonna go right along with like the Q apparel and just my whole image as a whole, and just not even myself, but to like my brothers for real, because that's who I build it up with.
That's That's dope, bro. And it's even just whenever you could. Well, one, versatility is key, and I think that the sooner people, especially in the music and entertainment industry, realize that that is good. Like, yes, you can definitely have your craft. You can be the rapper, you can be the singer, you can be the producer, you can be the songwriter,
Right.
you can be whatever, behind the scenes, whatever. But the more roles that you necessarily know how to play, or the more things that you can do, or the more puzzles that you can complete with your skill
Hmm.
level, it'll always make you a key ingredient. It'll always mean that somebody needs you. It'll always mean that you got work, or that people gonna be reaching out to you. So I think that what you're doing is definitely key. And the fact that you work around a diverse team, I'm sure you're learning too. I'm sure you're learning from Brandon. I'm sure you're learning from Blair. I'm sure you're learning from the J Monies. I'm sure you're learning from, just even as being a business
Yeah,
owner, and really, like you said, what it takes in order to get things jumping, and what's that really
so
gonna do for you.
that's
So
that. I mean,
that's
that,
dope,
that
bro.
that's real, bro. Like shit. Beans was getting me hip to like the editing, as far as like the video editing, and
Yeah.
he was telling me about the angles and the transition. Mind you, bro, I ain't think about none of that shit when I'm writing, bro. You feel me? I'm thinking about like my nigga. I just gotta come in here and rap, and you record me.
Yeah,
Bro,
right.
it's just like, you know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying? It's like totally different. And then he was telling me about like B roll and shit. And then we watched the video. I think it was like Babyface Ray and shit. And he was just showing me like X,
Mm,
Y, and Z, like this B roll. Woo, woo, woo. But I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the excitement that's coming from him because it's like, shit, that's his passion. That's what he want to do. And it's like, shit, my passion is the words and the music and putting all this shit together. So when we really tapped in, bro, me and Beans, bro, like our ideas and then how we link up, that shit just be crazy, bro. It's like an amazing feeling because this nigga, I've been knowing this nigga my whole life. Like I've been knowing this nigga
crazy.
since motherfucking head start for real. You know, even though we got me and Beans got tight, I want to say about we was cool 8th grade, but I think we got super tight like 10th grade. Like that's when that shit, like ninth grade, 10th grade, like that's when that shit,
Went off. Yeah.
all of that shit blended up for real. You feel me? Like me and Blair, we was tight first, and then Blair extended that hand out the beans, and we all linked up and shit. We made that shit mad
Just
for
went
real,
crazy
bro. It
from
was
there.
like, bro, it was just like, damn, bro, these niggas in my life is so similar. You know what I'm saying? Especially like me and Beans, like we both come from a single parent household, raised from our moms and shit like that, who was, you know what I'm saying, not mean but stern and not, you know what I
For
mean,
sure.
just they just didn't certain shit they just didn't play about. And so
Ain't play that.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro, and so it's all blessings and love, my nigga.
It's crazy. And that's a yeah, Brandon. That's a talented dude, man. I sometimes I get mad about how late along the cycle that I met him, but I feel like nah, it was just when I needed to, because yeah, just being able to one link with him at Syracuse, and just obviously you take more so to your minorities, but the fact that he was in my cohort, and the fact that he was somebody that I almost saw every day, and then once the school year actually really started, really got to get to know him, link up,
Hmm.
talk to him even on the outside of school, and just really realize what he did. And then we had the capstone together, so that we're
Yeah,
calling the
yeah.
games, man. It was just, yeah, man, it was crazy, bro. But that's definitely a dude that I could see, like you said, even knowing him when you did, and then being able to bring him with Blair, and then just seeing that connection, man. It's endless opportunities and endless success, man. I'm excited to see it for sure. So, is there anything that you feel like, we haven't touched on today? Is there anything that you feel like you want to leave the people with, even people who may not know you, who may be tapping in with you after this interview, even, upcoming and current rappers? Because I have a lot of different artists and things who listen, whether it be out of North Carolina, some out of Philly, some even now out of Florida that I've met, that I've extended, just what I do to. Is there any message that you want to leave for them as
I mean,
well?
shit. All I want to say for real, just like peace, love, and blessings. You know what I'm saying? And whoever in they bag, whatever lane you in, you know what I mean. Go out that shit and try your best, bro. And don't give up on this shit. You feel me? Cause you closer than what you think. You know what I'm saying? Like if you going through hell, why stop now? You know, and keep going. You know what I mean? So that's the message I want to leave off with. You feel me? Um, Honestly, bro, I'm grateful, bro. I'm thankful. I just turned 26. My birthday was October 20th, so it's like I'm blessed to have another year up and at it, and then I'm blessed to have my son, have my family. It's like I really get to rewrite the wrongs that my dad made. You know what I'm saying? So I take that shit very serious. Just being in this life and trying to steer him towards the right way, and whether if that's stacking bread. Um, Soon I'm about to get his like college shit set up. That way, you feel me? I put money on that shit, and when it gets time to his time where he want to make the decision, if you want to go to college, my nigga, it's already paid for, type shit. But it's up to you. So I just want to thank you, bro, too, bro. I appreciate this shit, bro. Like I said before the interview, like it's crazy, bro. I really met you a whole fucking year ago, and just to see not even me, but like us at this point where you said you 70 some episodes in, bro. Like that's fucking insane, bro, to sit back and think about that shit like that. Cause I know like when you first did it, it was just like, you know what I mean, them nerves, you wondering at the response, how you going, you know what I'm
Thanks,
saying?
bro.
So just to see you
Thanks.
at episode 70, like that's motivation for me. It's like, damn, bro. I remember when I put out Keep Fighting. Now, like I'm on a whole nother fucking tape that that I'm working on that's gonna come out. I don't got a release date yet for it, but I can't wait till like people hear that. You know what I'm saying? Especially the people that rock with me and that follow me. You'll be able to hear the growth from it from the last one, and as far as like engineering wise and everything, because like I do my own shit. Only thing I don't do is the beats, and I'm working on that shit. Like we got a beat maker, we got a beat machine, so we just trying to keep shit rolling, and keep shit just on the up and up. So thank you, bro. I appreciate this opportunity for real. Anybody want to get at me, just follow me at QGSM I mean QBGSM QUE_BGSM, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. I'm the same on everything. So
Bet. He just even did one of the things that I do. He did it for me, y'all. So make sure that y'all tap in with him as always. I'm gonna make sure I throw it in the bio. But yeah, bro, as much as extend the thanks and the gratitude, I gotta extend it towards you 100 times more. Just for obviously I love when Brandon was good folks for me. I consider him family. Like so just meeting y'all and him being able to extend that bridge and that hand and we was able to just connect on a
for
different
real,
type of
bro.
time. I thank God for that. I thank God that it's just genuine people in life that you can, just connect with, boom, 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 see the growth. And then, like you said, now we looking at each other almost a year later, you almost a full year into your journey. And look at all you've accomplished and look at the circumstances that you've done it under. So, nah, bro, proud. I love to see it. I'm definitely, sending nothing but blessings, sending nothing but love your way. And just like you said, even the peace and the peace as always, because we all need that. But, bro, just to see where you've come from, just to see even in the short span of time that I've known you, but just to see and just how much happened in a year, how much could change in a year. Like you said, being 70, that's crazy. But about to be two tapes in, that's also crazy. Being a creative control of a lot of what you do, that's also crazy, bro. So just keep going what you're going. I'm definitely sending love to the squad too,
Oh
to
yeah,
all of the to
man.
Blair, to
Shout out
B,
to the
to Jay,
squad.
all of them, man. Good gangs. Yeah, bro, and to everybody out there who continuously taps in, I'm gonna definitely encourage you to tap in with Q. Whether it's even it could be a collaboration, but or even if you just want to be a part of the journey and see the growth. So, and y'all continuously support us, man. I love all the love coming in with the new merchandise dropping and the new episodes dropping and just everything that we've been doing. So, just stick with us, man. But yes, this has been another episode of the Down to Business podcast. Here with Tamar Turner.